Hello there, little dreamer. Tonight, Gentle Night Tales brings you a magical bedtime adventure called Oliver's Magical Paintbox. So take a deep breath, snuggle into your pillow, and let your imagination open wide. Oliver woke slowly from his cozy bed, stretching his arms as the morning sun gently touched his cheeks. He whispered softly, "Today feels special. I just know it." He stepped onto the floor and spotted an old wooden box beneath his desk. Strange. I don't remember seeing that before. He murmured curiously. Oliver gently opened the box, revealing brushes of shimmering colors and paints that sparkled like tiny stars. "A magical paintbox," he whispered in awe. He held one paintbrush, and it hummed softly in his hand. Oliver gasped, feeling it buzz like a tiny, friendly heartbeat. "Wow, you're alive," he giggled. Oliver dipped the brush in a glowing shade of blue. The paint seemed to swirl on its own, dancing like a tiny living cloud. "You're beautiful," he whispered. He touched the brush to his blank canvas, and suddenly the paint leaped forward, forming gentle waves of shimmering blue ocean across the surface. Oliver gasped, "It paints itself." The waves on the canvas shimmered, then rose upward, then spilled out of the canvas, forming a tiny floating ocean in the middle of his bedroom. Oliver stepped back, stunned. "Is this real?" A small glowing fish peeked from the magical water, blinking at Oliver with friendly curiosity. "Hello there," Oliver whispered gently. The fish splashed a tiny droplet that drifted upward like a bubble, making Oliver laugh softly. "You're adorable," he whispered. The tiny glowing fish swirled around Oliver's hand as if greeting him, making him giggle softly as he whispered, "You're like a tiny star swimming just for me." Oliver dipped the brush in shimmering yellow paint, feeling another faint hum, and he murmured, "Let's see what you can do next." As the colors sparkled gently, he touched the canvas again, creating a soft golden circle, which brightened until it drifted off the page and became a tiny floating sun above the ocean. The little sun warmed the room, making Oliver smile as he whispered, "You feel so real, like a tiny, warm friend." Feeling braver, Oliver mixed green paint that shimmered with tiny sparkles, amazed at how it danced like alive leaves in the wind. He gently stroked the canvas, and a little magical island rose from the floating ocean, complete with tiny sparkling trees swaying softly. A whispery breeze seemed to brush past Oliver as the painted trees rustled gently, making him smile in wonder. Oliver knelt closer and whispered, "Are you alive too?" As the tiny island trees rustled in reply, their leaves glowing faintly. He dipped the brush in shimmering pink paint, feeling comforted by the soft hum, like a purring kitten. With one gentle touch, pastel-colored flowers bloomed instantly across the tiny island, filling the room with warm, magical light. Oliver whispered softly, "You're all so beautiful," as he admired the tiny glowing blossoms swaying with enchantment. He dipped into sparkling purple paint, feeling a cool breeze swirl around him as if the color itself breathed softly. He drew a soft stroke, and from the island emerged a tiny purple creature with big, gentle eyes and soft, glowing fur. The little creature blinked slowly, letting out a quiet, chiming sound, and Oliver whispered, "Hello, little friend." Smiling warmly, the creature floated closer, nudging Oliver's cheek with its tiny glowing nose, making him laugh quietly. Oliver's heart glowed with excitement as he whispered, "Let's paint even more wonders," and gently dipped the brush again. He created soft orange strokes, which rose and shaped themselves into a tiny glowing lantern drifting above the island. The lantern released gentle sparkles like fireflies, and Oliver whispered, "You light up everything so beautifully." Next, he dipped into deep shimmering red, feeling the brush pulse with warm energy, like a gentle heartbeat. With careful strokes, he painted a small magical bird with soft red feathers, which fluttered off the canvas and perched on his shoulder. The bird chirped a soft, melodic note, and Oliver laughed quietly, whispering, "Your song feels like warm sunshine." He mixed blue and white paint, creating strokes that swirled and formed small floating clouds above the island's sky. One cloud drifted down to Oliver, brushing his cheek with a cool, soft breeze that made him sigh happily. Feeling inspired, he dipped into silver paint that shimmered like moonlight and stroked a line across the canvas. A moon appeared above the miniature world, glowing warmly and lighting the entire magical scene with gentle silver light. Oliver whispered, "This feels like a dream I never want to wake from." As the miniature world shimmered peacefully, he dipped into golden paint and painted a tiny bridge, which extended from the island into his room like a magical pathway. Oliver hesitated, whispering softly, "Can I walk on it?" Feeling a flutter of curiosity inside his chest. The bridge shimmered as if saying yes, so Oliver placed one gentle foot onto it, marveling as it held him. With each careful step, soft lights glowed beneath him as he crossed the magical bridge into the tiny world. He reached the tiny island, now giant beneath him, and whispered, "It's even more beautiful up close." The purple creature floated beside him, chiming playfully, as if welcoming him to its magical home. Oliver wandered through the glowing flower fields, whispering softly, "I didn't know magic could feel this peaceful." He painted a tiny path beneath his feet, and it formed instantly, guiding him deeper into the magical forest. Ahead, he painted a soft, shimmering waterfall that flowed upward into the sky instead of downward. The upward waterfall whispered soft musical tones, and Oliver whispered, "You sound like singing stars." His magical bird fluttered ahead, guiding him to a glowing meadow filled with floating bubbles of light. Oliver touched one bubble gently, and inside he saw tiny, swirling galaxies that made him gasp softly. He whispered, "You're all little worlds." Feeling his heart fill with wonder at the tiny universes swirling playfully. The bubbles floated higher, drifting around him like playful stars as he walked further. He dipped the brush into shimmering teal paint and created gentle fireflies that fluttered like tiny lanterns. The fireflies danced around him, lighting his path with warm, gentle light as he whispered, "Thank you for guiding me." He painted a cozy wooden cabin beneath glowing trees, and the cabin appeared warm and inviting. A soft breeze drifted past, carrying the scent of sweet flowers, making Oliver sigh in contentment. Inside the cabin, he painted a fireplace, and it lit itself with soft golden flames. He sat beside the magical fire, whispering, "I feel so peaceful here." He painted a soft glowing blanket, which appeared around his shoulders, warming him gently. The purple creature curled into his lap, humming a gentle lullaby-like chime. Oliver whispered, "I could stay here forever." Feeling sleepiness tug softly at him, but suddenly the paintbrush hummed louder, vibrating with a gentle pull, urging him to follow it again. Oliver nodded softly and stood, whispering, "Okay, I'll follow you," ready for more magic. He stepped outside, and the magical forest lit up like dawn as glowing leaves floated around him. He whispered gently, "Where are you taking me, little brush?" As the brush bobbed like a lantern ahead, the brush led him to a huge blank space in the forest that curved upward like a canvas made of air. Oliver realized the magical world wanted him to create more, and his heart swelled with excitement. He whispered, "All right, let's make something beautiful," and dipped into shimmering rainbow paint. He painted gentle strokes, and a glowing rainbow bridge formed across the entire sky. Creatures from the magical world floated toward it, gathering happily as if celebrating Oliver. The magical bird chirped joyously, fluttering around Oliver like a proud friend. He felt warmth bloom in his chest as he whispered, "Thank you for trusting me with your world." He continued painting soft stars, floating lanterns, swirling colors, filling the sky with gentle beauty. The purple creature chimed, nudging the paintbox as if asking Oliver to create one last thing. Oliver whispered, "One more. Something special," and dipped into soft golden white paint. He painted a gentle heart-shaped light above the world, which expanded into a warm, comforting glow enveloping everything. The magical world pulsed with gratitude, and Oliver felt the love of the place surround him tenderly. The paintbrush hummed softer now, signaling it was time to rest. Oliver whispered, "Thank you," for every beautiful moment. As the world slowly drifted back toward the canvas, he crossed the glowing bridge back into his room, stepping gently onto his bedroom floor. The paintbox closed softly on its own, as if saying a gentle goodnight. Oliver climbed into bed, hugging his blanket close, whispering, "I'll never forget this magic." The tiny glowing bird perched on his windowsill, watching over him tenderly. The purple creature curled beside his pillow, keeping him company with a soft chime. Oliver whispered sleepily, "Good night, my magical friends." As his eyes closed, the magical world shimmered faintly from inside the paintbox, twinkling like a dream waiting to return. And as Oliver drifted into peaceful sleep, the room filled with warm, soft light, reminding him that creativity can create magic anywhere. Thank you for watching this gentle night tale story. If you enjoyed this magical adventure, please like, subscribe, and join us again for more cozy bedtime stories. Sweet dreams, little one.